Hi, my name is Muhammad Asif. I'm a product manager for Nuage Networks. Today I'm going to show you the SD-WAN portal, which can be used by service providers, resellers, channel partners, or enterprise customers. And it is a part of the Nuage Networks Virtualized Network Services platform. SD-WAN portal and SD-WAN itself is not just a connectivity service between branch to branch or branch to headquarter. It is more providing a self-service control to the enterprise customers so that they can manage the network, they can activate the branches in a self-service manner. It's also giving them the visibility into the network and also the control, how they can set it up, some business policies, how can they define the rules for those applications. And in addition to that one, it can also give them the ability that even for a service provider or for the reseller, they can set it up some access level for different type of enterprise customers, and they can offer this portal in a different way. And as we say, it is in their own way, and it's easy to set it up those customer profile. And in addition to that one, as I mentioned, a lot of time customer does not understand their network, and they do not know what type of traffic or what type of applications are running in their network. Through our visualization framework, they can audit the network and application, and based on that one, they can come and fine-tune the rules and policies, which can help them to optimize the best use of their network and SD-WAN service. In this demo, I'm going to demonstrate, or I'm going to do a role play as a service provider in the beginning, and I will show you that how easy and simple it is to set it up some policies and profiles as a service provider, how easy to set it up the customers, direct customer like enterprise customer or reseller, channel partner customers for yourself. And then my colleague Nikolai will join, and he will act as a premium enterprise customers. And also I will come back and show you some of the capabilities from a user experience wise from a reseller or channel partner point of view. Now what I will do is I will switch to one of the SD-WAN portal instance which is running in my lab, and I will log in as a service provider here. So once I log in, it will take me to the dashboard, which is basically designed for the service provider point of view. So what it shows me here is that the overall the branches which exist for my network for all customers, and also some traffic pattern and application at the bottom. The thing I want to focus more in this demonstration is this organization tab. Under this one, I can see the different type of the customer which exist in my network as a service provider. And if you see at the top of the customer, this is what I mentioned was reseller or channel partner. That's why you see a special icon with this one. So it's indicating it's a channel partner. And next to is my direct enterprise customer. And this is I created it as a premium customer. There are again few more customer here, but another new customer at the bottom is a retailer type customer, which is actually like a retailer shop. And it is not a premium customer, it is more a standard customer. So how we know that it is a standard customer versus a premium customers? So there is a way in this portal where you can define the different access level. We call it customer profile manager. So once you click on the customer profile manager, what you see here is that the 3 different packages are created, like a base package, standard package, premium package. Under the base package, I can see 5 different boxes which are basically different features of this portal. So any customer who will be assigned this package, they will have access to only these 5 features of the portal. If somebody has the level of premium, they are assigned this one, and you can see that there are many boxes. That's pretty much all the features available in the portal. So premium, that's why the name is given premium here. And the standard package is somewhat in between the base package and the premium package. So that's how you can define it. You can define in your own way. You can customize it. You can use the naming convention, whichever you want. You want to tag a price with them in any type of currency, you can do that. You can define, as I mentioned, new customer profile as well. Coming back to again that list, and that's where how JPS network is going to be more premium because they are assigned a premium package versus the Yamanda Denki, which is more a standard customer. But the other thing which I want to highlight is, for example, a reseller or channel partner. As a service provider, I can have access to what they are doing, but they can log in directly into this portal as well. And when they log in, they will have this look and feel, which is not overall menu-wise different from service provider because they are a small service provider themselves, but they can customize the look and feel. They can use their own logo. They can use their own branding from there. And when they log in, they can see only those branches which they own. And they can see only those customers which they are managing themselves, and these are not actually directly visible to service provider. So these are the two customers for this particular Alpha Network reseller. So they have set it up this way, Pizza Shop and RBC Bank here, so they can manage. The very important thing is that they can define their customer profile packages themselves as well. As you can see here, there is an elite package which may be similar to premium, or they can an express package which can be very different from what me as a service provider define for my direct customer point of view. So that's a level of the flexibility we have in portal for resellers and the channel partner as well. Coming back to this portal, which is more for service provider, the other thing as a service provider I can do here is I can set it up some profiles for my customers to consume, and also I can control the access for the different type of the object here. Very quickly looking at the object different we do today, like the QoS policies, NSG templates, underlay tag. You can define as many in the Nuage VST platform, but through portal you can control them which one are visible to which customer so that they have less chances to making mistakes, and you can control what they can configure in a self-service manner. When it comes to the application SLA profiles, this is where I can define different profile with different SLA thresholds and also the attributes for the probe data. So I can set it up as many profile as I want, and I have a control which one are visible to which customer. As you can see, bronze SLA profile is visible to all customers, but the gold one is only visible to JPS network demo. And premium one is also only visible to this one. So this is for more application aware routing based on the SLAs, but there is also another type of profile which I can set it up as a service provider. We call it application preference profiles. And again, I can define as many as I wanted, and I can control the access for different customer. What I do here is that I can set it up when somebody wants to control that what type of application should use what type of network, MPLS, LTE, or internet. And again, as I said, you can define. Again, defining is very simple, adding a few attribute name and also the application preference. There are many options there. Just pick whatever you want. And if you are not happy with the terminologies here, you can introduce your friendly name as well so that end customer will see exactly the name of this type of preference as you like them to see it. You can choose a color scheme just for the more visibility point of view. So with that, I would come back to my organization dashboard again and just take a quick look from a service provider point of view on my premium customer. So if I click on this one, it take me to the dashboard of that enterprise customer. So if the enterprise user logged into this portal using their own credential, they will exactly see this page. But as a service provider, I will have also a full access to what they see it and what they do it. Even I can configure and visualize whatever they can and on their behalf as well. As I mentioned, my colleague is going to go into more detail in this one, but I just want to show that as a premium customer, I have more access to the features. But if I go back to again my service provider view here, if I click on one of the other customer which is not premium, I have a less number of menu, like L2 network is not visible. Even under the L3 network, if I go, I will not see a lot of option available to me because my customer profile is not letting me have access. Even my dashboard is very limited with three widgets here. In the second part of the demo, my colleague Nicola is going to play the role of the premium customer and share their user experience for this portal. In the end, I will come back and I play the role of the reseller or channel partner and share their experience.
So hi, I'm Nicola. I'm going to play the role of the SD-WAN premium customer. So basically, as a premium customer, I'm paying quite a lot to get access to visibility, to dashboards, and to service fulfillment. And basically, I want to be able to control my environment and to be able to modify the policies that I want, right? So I'm going to jump onto the portal, okay, using my username and password. I'm the IT manager of a company named GPS Network, right? The good thing with the portal is that GPS Network is a global company, and I have some colleagues that are based in Japan, and for them, there is an easy way to move from one language to the other, right? So if I want to switch to Japanese, this is something I can do in a click. But I will stick to English for the time being, and let's connect to the portal. So the main dashboard of the portal is already giving me quite a lot of information. So I have a set of widgets, one being the traffic visualization with the top branches, the overall traffic on my uplinks, the top traffic by network as well. I have a branch map with the list of my sites where I can easily identify which one are running okay and which one are maybe not bootstrap, so waiting for activation, or which ones are in alarm state. And if I want to get a bit of information on the alarming, I just have to click on it, and this is exactly what is happening on my site in Sydney, for instance. I have another widget that is the application discovery for the whole organization. So in the last 24 hours, I saw that I consume a bit of Google, a bit of Mozilla, a bit of DNS traffic, right? On the left-hand part of that dashboard, as a premium customer, I can have, again, I want to be able to control my environment. So I want to be able to control my branches. I want to be able to act upon it. I want to be able to modify the configuration. Same thing for my layer 3 services and my layer 2 services, right? So I'm going to focus a little bit on the branches first. I'm listing all the branches that I have. So here again, the branch activation status is the one that I had on the map. So basically activated means that it's green, that it's working properly. So I'm going to focus on one of my branch, that is the branch in Vancouver, and the name of that branch is West, right? And by clicking on it, I will have way more detail and way more option to interact with the device itself. So basically, I have access to the list of my WAN port, I have access to the list of my LAN port, and I can modify the configuration if I really need it to. An important thing as a premium customer is that I want to be able to identify the application that I'm using. I want to be able to play with policies to control them. And as such, I can generate a couple of reports from the branch view. One of them is very interesting to me. This is the application traffic detail report. Right? When I click on that, I'm moving to the report. So again, selecting my branch. So my branch is West, so the branch in Vancouver. I can select the application I'm interested into. So here HTTP. I'm going to check that for the last 7 days and update that report. And here I can immediately identify that basically I was sending for the last 7 days most of my HTTP traffic over my IP MPLS network, right? I see that I have sometimes a bit of HTTP on the internet port as well. So it means that maybe something is not configured as expected, because in my view, I should be using MPLS only for that type of traffic. So this is what I'm going to try to correct by using the dashboard of the portal. So coming back to my portal, so that was the view on the branch, right? But I can move away from that and start looking at the service description and the service configuration of my network, right? I'm only using layer 3 network, so basically layer 3 VPN on top of SD-WAN. The one I'm interested in is the management domain, right? But before clicking on it, I just want to make sure that I associated one of my key application, in my case that is the HTTP I was talking about, because I want to apply specific behavior to that application. So typically I want that application to be all the time in SLA. So it means that I want to send that application, but I want to measure the performance of the network, and I want to make sure that at any given time my application is running in SLA if I have a path that can authorize it, right? So when I see that group, so network traffic group, I can just edit it. So that group is basically configured by my service provider, but because I'm a premium user, I get access and I'm entitled to use it for my own policies. So it means that basically in that group, I want to make sure that the applications are running under those SLAs. So by SLAs, here I've got 10 milliseconds of latency, 10 milliseconds of jitter, and less than 10% of packet loss. And because, again, this is the HTTP traffic that I want to protect, that I want to have as a custom application, then I need to associate it to that group. So this is already done, right? So custom HTTP is already part of my network traffic group. Now let's see how to apply a policy at the domain level to specify on which uplinks this application is going to flow. So back to my layer 3 network, clicking on management. So on application control, so let me take a step back. So on my list of, when I click on that management domain, right, I have access to my list of sites. And one important part of that dashboard is the application control. So basically, when I click on application control, I can do different things. The first thing is that I can use the embedded security feature of SD-WAN to basically allow or deny traffic based on layer 7 signatures, right? So if you take a look at what I have here, I have a couple of rules. One of them is Netflix. I don't want Netflix on my corporate network, so basically I'm dropping Netflix, right? I'm doing the same with Facebook. So this is something I can play with depending on my day-to-day activity and on my security rules in the organization. But what I want to dig into is really the application preference. So I was talking about HTTP. So HTTP, we saw that basically I had a couple of HTTP traffic running on IP/MPLS, but for some reason we also saw HTTP running on the internet uplink, right? So, and I want to correct that. I want HTTP traffic to use MPLS, not all the time, but the preferred way should be MPLS, and I should move to internet only when the traffic is what we call out of SLA, meaning that basically I will be sending probes between my NSGs, and if the probes detects that I'm out of SLA, so with more than 10 milliseconds of latency, I should be able to select a preferred path. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to click on New Application Preference. I'm going to select the application I'm interested in, so my famous HTTP. Then from the Application Preference profile, I'll have a couple of options. One being that the preferred network will be MPLS network. So let me select that one. And then because I want to apply it to the branch in Vancouver, so the west branch, I'm going to select that branch, add it, and done. So as soon as I have that, now I should, after a couple of minutes, I should see the previous dashboard. This new dashboard should get updated, and all my traffic should be, by default, going through the MPLS network. And the last thing I want to show you on my premium access to the portal is that there is a new report that we call Application Performance Report. So the idea of that Application Performance Report is that that time I'm going to be selecting a pair of NSG, right? So in my case, I want to see the traffic between my site in Vancouver, so west, and my site that is named east, right, in Halifax. And I'm going to select the application that I'm interested in, so HTTP. I'm going to select the last 7 days. And here I can see, so basically between my site that is called west and the port IP/MPLS and my site that is called east and the port IP/MPLS, I can see that I have a little bit of traffic here. So that's the throughput between those two sites, right? In that direction, so from west to east, I can zoom in, right? And I can see that at that time, basically, the latency was quite high. Okay, the jitter was high as well, and the packet loss was quite high as well. But for some reason, traffic was still going to that path, right? So basically between IP/MPLS uplinks, and the reason is that maybe that at that time I had no option with a better quality, so I decided to stay on that path. But in a normal situation, I could have maybe switched to an alternate path if my probes were running okay on that alternate path. And this is all I wanted to show you as a premium customer. So basically, I showed you how to interact with the SD-WAN portal, how to navigate into the different menus, and how to play with policies, right? And how to control different applications that are important for my organization. Thank you very much for your attention.
Now I'm going to play the role of a reseller or a channel partner here. The SD-WAN portal instance right now I have access to is as a channel partner. I logged in as a channel partner, Alpha Networks here, and I'm looking at the dashboard here. The dashboard is showing only those branches which as a channel partner I own, and the customer's data which is running for my customer here, traffic visualization as well as application discovery. Now, the important thing as always is the list of the customer as a small service provider. So I have my customers here, Pizza Shop and RBC Networks, or RBC Bank I should say, and these are the customer different from my original service provider here. If I look at the different menus at the top, very similar to what the regular service provider should have, but they are now more to be defined from myself for my customer, like the access control for class policies, templates, underlay tag. I need to define them for my customer point of view. And if I look at the customer profiles, Elite and Express, they are two already defined, but I can go ahead and I can define a new one here. For example, if I say I want to define another here profile like Express, like I will use maybe the same name, Express Lite, something like that, and I can put a pricing if I want to here, maybe $10, whatever I want to sell. So I can create these profile in just for myself as a channel partner as well. I will not go into further there, but I will come back to this one. Again, I can set it up my SLA profiles, like bronze, you can see is shared with me by my service provider, main service provider, and also the preference profiles as well. This one is shared to me by my main, but I can actually define my own as well as a channel partner. So I have a full control from my customer's point of view. When I look at these different type of the customer, like for example, RBC Bank is a more elite customer for my channel partner point of view. So when I go to the RBC Bank dashboard, I can see exactly similar dashboard which regular enterprise customer was shown, and this is the same experience my customer is going to have it. So this particular customer have two branches, one red and one green here, and they can see the traffic visualization and the application discovery there, and the different menu items that you can see. They have a more access to the portal, and if I look under the branches, they have two branches, London and Paris, and they can run their report as they want to. Like if I click on one of this report, traffic detail report, they can generate the reports for their London branch, going total traffic versus traffic on different uplinks here. Very quickly, if I go back to my service provider view, and if I look at the Pizza Shop customer here, the Pizza Shop customer just I created here with very limited access, and that's why when you see the menu items on the side, they are not as big list as you see for the RBC Bank here. So they have very limited access because they have the Express profile assigned to them, and they have only right now one branch created, which was not even bootstrap, but I just show the access level for the Pizza Shop type of the customer. In the last section of this demo, I demonstrated as a channel partner what are the different user experience they are going to have when they log into the same portal platform here. In this demo, we showed you that SD-WAN portal can be used by a service provider, channel partner or resellers, as well as a premium customer there, and share the user experience what they can have it, and it can be customized based on the different type of the users or based on the different type of the customers, channel partner, etc. Thank you very much.